Some underwhelming economic data keeping stocks at bay all day long. Courtney Donohoe is live at the New York Stock Exchange with a recap of today's trading action. Courtney.
Well, Pimm, stocks finishing barely lower today, and it's all on very light volume. The unexpected increase in jobless claims, the reason behind the move lower. Well, we saw an increase of 19,000 to 479,000 claims. That's the most since April, and it came in higher than what economists were expecting. Many companies, they're just worried about ramping up production, hiring new staff. Got a lot of reports recently showing a mixed picture in the economy, and many are not sure of the direction of where we're headed, so they're keeping their hiring in check. But everyone's looking ahead to tomorrow when we get the monthly government jobs report, and economists are expecting the employment rate rose to 9.6%, and we're going to have full coverage of that tomorrow for you.
Now, Courtney, retail sales not seeing a lot of momentum ahead of the back-to-school shopping season.
No, not at all. Well, retailers reporting July sales that missed estimates. Sales climbed 3%, and that's less than the 3.2 that analysts were projecting. Retail Metrics says it's the fourth month in a row that sales have trailed estimates. Sales falling 0.6% at JCPenney. Analysts were expecting a gain. Aeropostale sales rose, but at 1/7 the level analysts were predicting. And the teen retailer saying it's seeing a changing consumer behavior and a challenging retail environment. Well, July, typically the slowest month in the third quarter, and many of the stores are clearing out summer merchandise for back to school. But one thing that I found really interesting, Pimm, some retailers like Abercrombie and Limited, they did quite well. Abercrombie's July sales rose 7%. Limited sales jumped 12%. And the reason why I found their big sales gain to be very interesting is because this past month, bed bugs were found at an Abercrombie and a Victoria's Secret in New York, and Limited owns Victoria's Secret.
Courtney, General Motors, the initial public offering, it might be a little later than some people were expecting.
Well, GM saying an IPO isn't likely in the next few weeks. Sources are telling us that GM's expecting the offering to be in November, but GM, they really want to sell shares. CEO Ed Whitaker, he said cutting the government stake will help morale. It will also help sales. He said he doesn't like the label of government motors. And Detroit News, they say GM is in the final stages of securing a $5 billion line of credit, and that's a key step before the company can launch a public offering. Plus, he told the paper that the company will report a profit when it releases second quarter earnings, but declined to say by how much. Pimm.
Courtney Donohoe reporting from the New York Stock Exchange.